All right, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in today. So we are going to do today is cruise my personal favorite place out here in the valley. We're going to do a driving tour of Tempe, and we're cruising the northeast area of Tempe. So we're going to basically do a quick overview of Tempe Town Lake, Tempe Marketplace, downtown Tempe, a little bit of cruise through some of the ASU areas and some of the neighborhoods that surround these areas. And we're just gonna do a drive tour so you guys can check out my personal favorite place out here in the valley. I like this place the most, just because there's just so much to do. It's so lively. The energy is always up there. I mean, a little different now, probably because of the virus, but we haven't really been out, so I couldn't tell you how it is now. But before the virus, nightlife, day life, mornings around the lake, hiking, at Tempe Butte, or actually it's called Hayden Butte. Sorry, and just so much to do there. So it's personally my favorite place out here in the valley. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick little drive tour around the area, so you guys tune in. Let's go do it. We got one last thing. If you guys could tap that upward facing thumb for me, make it turn blue, that'd be much appreciated. Helps us out, helps the channel out. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like content like this, if you want to share this, that'd be awesome as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, if you have any comments, put them in the comment section. I try to get to every single comment that comes through. But yeah, besides that, let's go ahead and get to the video. All right, what's up, y'all? So today we are gonna do a cruise through Tempe, and just heads up, we're basically gonna do a loop here. So we're gonna start at Tempe Marketplace, and then we're gonna cut west down Rio Salado to Tempe Beach Park, and do downtown Tempe, the Hayden Butte, which is pretty much connected to downtown Tempe. Then we're gonna cruise some of the neighborhoods, and then we're gonna somehow loop back and basically come back to Tempe Marketplace. So it's basically, like I say, in a big loop. So first things first, we're coming up to a lot of the big box stores like the Nordstrom Rack. What else we got here? JC Penney's. What else we got here? We just passed a Total Wine earlier. Get all your drinks and stuff like that. Really nice place. Massage Envy, DSW, Best Buy. There's also a Target. There's basically a bunch of stores, and I'm not gonna drive through the entire place. I'm just kind of doing a quick little overview. But as we turn here, we're gonna take a right here, and this is more of a Tempe Marketplace. This is kind of like the walking area. Where there's movie theaters in there. There's a bunch of restaurants. There's a splash pad in there. There's a Barnes & Noble right here, and it's real beautiful inside there with palm trees. They got the misters that spray during the summertime. This place is usually pretty busy, nights and weekends. I don't know about right now because of the virus, but it's definitely, you have to fight for parking spaces, and especially if it's the holiday season, it's quite a task to find parking. It's definitely a really busy outdoor mall, and it's pretty much got everything you need. Lots of nice sit-down restaurants. And it just looks really nice. I love the way how they did the palm trees, the way they designed it. Another thing they do here, or they were doing here every Friday and Saturday, is they have free live concerts inside Tempe Marketplace. I don't know, they're probably not doing it now because of COVID, but as far as I know, they were doing it every Friday and Saturday. So we just left Tempe Marketplace, and that was McClintock is where we were just at that last light. And now we're heading west down Rio Salado. It's basically the same street we started on. And everything here is, if you look to the right and the left, it's just all kind of like open fields and stuff like that. It used to be a golf course, and they went and leveled it out. So my guess is they're gonna probably build a lot of mixed use high rises and you know, apartment complexes and all that stuff to fill in all that space, because the lake runs along Rio Salado. So I'm pretty sure eventually you're gonna put a lot of you know, large multifamily and mixed use space all throughout Rio Salado, and probably give it about 10 years. It'll be completely full of high rises. And you see on the left there's Hayden Butte, and we're gonna come back around to it. Yeah, it's right there. So we're gonna come back around to it, because first we're gonna go drive over to the main parking area for Tempe Town Lake, also known as Tempe Beach Park. Some really nice buildings here on the right, and these are like apartments, really high-end apartments. I guess they're called luxury apartments, and then a lot of businesses, and there's some restaurants inside these areas too on the right, but we've never eaten in there. I think it's, and I could be wrong on this, but it's probably majority of their business probably comes from the people that work in these buildings. All right, so we're pulling into the main Tempe Town Lake parking, and again, this parking area is usually packed on nights and weekends. It's like playing musical chairs, looking for a parking space. Like, I don't know how it is now, like I said, because of COVID, we have not been out. But yeah, so that's the lake right there. See all the scooters, and then up top there's a light rail. And again, there's the lake on the left, and that's where we were just at a second ago. So you can kind of see how close the lake is to downtown Tempe Mill. And right now we're on Mill Ave. We just turned on the Mill, and basically the lake is right behind us. To the left right there, and we're gonna pull into the parking area. But that's Hayden Butte. And we have the light rail as well. It goes from Phoenix through Tempe and over into Mesa. And I think they're building it up to go different areas now, but it goes pretty far up north into Phoenix, and then all the way over here east, which is, it covers quite a bit of ground. First, it goes all the way into Mesa. But this is where you would pull in, you know, if you were gonna do some hiking. And you have to pay for parking. It's probably, I don't want to say it's like $3 for 2 hours and $4 or $5 for all day or something like that. I'm not sure. Wife usually goes and pays whenever we go and do the hikes. But yeah, that's the Hayden Butte. We usually go, and we were hiking that at least once or twice a week in the mornings in the winter time. We haven't been lately because since COVID. But now we're back on the Mill, and we're gonna kind of breeze through Mill. We're not gonna spend too much time driving through all the side streets and all of that. We're just gonna go, you know, pretty much straight down Mill. And this is what's considered downtown Tempe. This is where all the nightlife is, and it's just very lively here. We like spending a lot of time here. One of our favorite restaurants is on the left over here. It's called Illegal Pete's. Unfortunately, we haven't seen them open. We usually drive by at least once a week. We don't get out the car, but we just drive through downtown Tempe just to kind of see how it's doing with everything going on. And it looks like the Illegal Pete's is closed, but I hope it's not. Hope I'm wrong on that one, because I do see a lot of restaurants that do look like they're open on Mill here. But you know, I came out here on a Friday or Saturday night, and this whole thing is just completely packed with people. On the left there is Casa. You guys may have seen that place on the news. They have this video floating around right when the restaurants were able to open. There was probably 100, 200 people in there. Nobody social distancing or anything like that. So, you know, it was all over the news, and they're doing their thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge them. But now we just kind of left. We just left downtown Tempe, and we are in the neighborhoods that surround downtown Tempe. And these areas right here, these are personally my favorite neighborhoods in the valley. One, because it's so close to everything. We just passed the hiking, we just passed downtown Tempe, we just passed the lake. This is all within bike rides or walking distance, you know, depending on how far you want to walk. But easily on a bicycle, you can get all the way to the lake in probably 5 to 10 minutes from these neighborhoods. So it's relatively close. And the second the reason why this is one of my favorite neighborhoods is just how green it is. As we drive through some of these streets here, like it's in the middle of, I think I went out around 11 o'clock in the morning, but you know, the sun is right above us, but it's really shaded. And one thing you want out here in the summertime is shade, because it helps out a lot. And these neighborhoods, they have a lot of green grass, palm trees, and like I was saying earlier, the trees. You can see here most of the street is actually shaded. You know, as you can see, all the lawns are shaded. That, like I was saying earlier, that really helps out a lot. And that's what's nice about the valley, is you can have places that look like deserts. So if you really want that desert look, which is also very beautiful, you can get it. If you want the look of like you're in Florida, which is kind of what this sort of looks like to me. Kind of has a little bit of like a Florida look, because it's really green. You can get that as well. And another reason I like the neighborhood is these houses are all like the old 1950s brick houses. So they probably range from maybe 1,300 feet to about 2,000. And to purchase one of these homes in this area, you're probably going to pay anywhere from $450,000 up to probably $550,000, you know, just depending on the square footage. Yeah, so just a little bit of cruising here. All right, so we got a park here on the left. You know, it's got basketball courts and a lot of green grass, a lot of nice palm trees. Got baseball fields, I believe, over here at this park. Pretty nice sized baseball fields, and some playgrounds, of course, for the youngins. And just more cruising through the neighborhoods. This house on the left is probably one of our favorite houses. There's a very nice architecture to it. And these neighborhoods they're really quiet neighborhoods, real safe, real quiet. And you know, it's surprising how quiet it is, considering the college is just right next to this area, within probably a few blocks. But you know, they kind of have their own little area. I think everything pretty much stays within the ASU downtown Tempe area. So as you can see, they're doing a lot of construction here. They've been working on this streetcar for a while now, and it's gonna kind of cruise through downtown Tempe and around ASU. And all these high little buildings on the left here, these are like the ASU dorms, I believe. And there's a lot of the dorms. It covers a pretty wide area out here in this area. We got a lot of little restaurants there on the right. I believe these are more dorms right here on the right. There's just one thing I've noticed the past probably couple years is there's so many cranes. You can see up there in the middle of the screen. Yeah, they're building so much stuff out here in this area, this part of Tempe. There's just cranes everywhere, putting up high rises, putting up buildings for, you know, businesses and all this stuff. It's definitely a hot area. And the light rail looks like it goes through here. More construction. And over here we're coming on a lot of the multi-family and apartments. And I checked the rental rates for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in these areas. They range anywhere from about $1,200 and up. Which to me is not too bad, considering you're in pretty much a really nice hot area. You're gonna get a lot of the younger crowd over here on this side because of the college. But these are all right here. They all look like fourplexes and duplexes. They're probably a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And right now we're heading east. So we've been, continuing that loop that I was talking about. So first we were heading west, and then we were heading north, and now we're heading east. And here's a row of businesses that I actually wasn't aware of. I knew that there was a Four Peaks Brewing, which is this building right here, over in this area, but I've never driven by it. And it's a nice little spot. You can see that they're doing a lot of construction over here, building townhomes and stuff like that. And there's apartment complexes here on the left. They look pretty decent from right here. So these are the apartments that are right. So if you guys look up Four Peaks Brewing in Tempe, and they actually have a beer, which is one of my favorites. It's called the Hop Knot IPA. But yeah, these apartment complexes are right next to the Four Peaks, just a little bit east of the Four Peaks. So I mean, I don't know if they're good or not, but just so you kind of know the area. And then now we're back on McClintock, heading north, and we are coming back up onto Tempe Marketplace. So as you guys can see, we basically just did a big loop. So to the left right there, that's Tempe Marketplace. And you can kind of see some of the other stores because we didn't pass these ones. There's a Cost Plus, Steinmart, and there's that Target right there that we passed earlier in the video, in the Best Buy. So yeah, now we're back on Rio Salado, heading east. Alright, so that's pretty much gonna wrap up the video. If you guys want to hit that like button for me, that helps us out a lot. Subscribe or whatever if you like, this kind of content, drive tours and just stuff about Arizona. Hit that subscribe button. I think I might do a second video about this same area because I did leave out quite a couple things that I think are pretty important. Some pretty good stuff, but it'll probably be a little shorter video. But anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.